Hey guys, I'm Rain Younger, and this is another episode of Under the Radar, where we talk all things film. And as always, I have a wonderful panel of guest critics. We have back Mr. Matt Roran. Matt, welcome back, sir.
How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm all right.
Yeah, just all right.
I'm okay.
Okay, that works.
My eyes acting all funny. I don't know. Allergies. It's
Power through the episode, please.
yeah. I got my glasses on. It's like hiding that.
Okay, I like it. And Mr. Mateo Moreno, welcome back, sir.
Hey, good to be here.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, guys, we have a pretty full episode tonight, and I just want to go into it real quick. Weekly watches. What are we watching this week? I could just say for me, in preparation for this episode, I've been watching a bunch of Cage stuff. Sorry, guys, Nicolas Cage stuff. Basically, this man's filmography is ridiculous, especially in the past 2 years or so. His quality of output has been amazing. His work is great. And, I just wanted to prepare for tonight because later on we're going to be, well, in a minute, actually, we're going to be discussing Prisoners of the Ghostland, his latest. But first, I wanted to mention my personal favorite was actually on cable the other night. And it was the Rock, 1996 Michael Bay actioner. My favorite Nicolas Cage movie of all time. I also rewatched Honeymoon in Vegas and Willy's Wonderland, my first time, and all great films. And it doesn't even scratch the surface of Cage's insane career. But yeah, we're gonna get into his latest in a minute. But Mr. Roran, what have you been watching lately?
Well, let's see. I've been hanging out in 1993 in Disney. So I got to watch Son-in-Law, which I then tweeted to Pauly Shore. I said thank you for everything. Whatever, and he retweeted it with like a little emoji, like a yeah. So that was cool. But I was like kind of feeling blue. I was watching Son-in-Law, and it totally cheered me up. Like this is just so stupid and fun. It's just pleasant. Yeah, so I watched that. I watched a classic that not many people I think have seen. My Boyfriend's Back, in which a guy gets shot protecting a girl he likes, and with his dying breath, asks her if she'll go to the prom with him, and then she says okay, and then he comes back from the dead to take her to prom, and her boyfriend, like her jock boyfriend, is Matthew Fox, early role, and his sidekick is Philip Seymour Hoffman, like a young Philip Seymour Hoffman.
He's like a jock in that, right?
Yeah.
So
it's pretty interesting. So yeah, what I do, Heidi, with Jason Robards, where he's just Heidi's grandfather, just yelling all the time, like I'm a miserable man. I'm just miserable. And I watched Super Mario Brothers, the movie.
Oh, yes.
A true classic of what the fuck were they thinking?
Oh my god, that movie.
It's a movie that makes no sense in any dimension.
Yeah.
It's just like why did it happen? I don't know. And it's funny rewatching it now because Dennis Hopper just really looks like Donald Trump in the movie.
He does. Yeah.
I'm like watching it, I'm just like, this could have easily been played by Donald Trump.
Oh my god!
Like, it would have been a right time. Same year, right after Home Alone 2 came out.
Right.
He would have been.
Watching
that.
I wonder if Trump would have accepted that offer to star in the movie. I'm curious.
I play the king of the world, president of the world. Of course.
Yeah.
There you go. Preparation for
you make him look good and you pay him money that he didn't have to earn. Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And then besides that, I've been catching up on some TV from this year that I haven't, like Only Murders in the Building.
Yep.
which I fucking absolutely love. It's incredible. So I started watching it. I caught up, watched the new episode today. Absolutely loving it. I just started watching Mayor of Easttown on HBO, which is pretty good so far. And I watched the Nine Perfect Strangers.
You know, I saw that you posted it on Facebook, and I read it real fast. I thought it just said "Perfect Strangers," and I got really happy.
Yeah, Valky's not in there. Nor his cousin Larry.
Oh, damn it!
But
all right, no,
it was an interesting one.
Okay.
And yeah, and stuff like that. Yeah.
I don't know how you find the time, sir, but that's
well.
awesome.
I get to watch a lot of stuff at work too. So.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I have like, it's like mostly like I watch like the TV shows usually just like at work.
That's good.
Like, I have like from noon to 6 to just kind of like hang out, watch TV while I price stuff and whatever. It's like
living the dream. I love it.
Yep.
Mr. Moreno, what are you watching this week?
Well, I'm still in a reality show kick, and so I've been watching a lot of Ink Master. Previously on Spike, which is now Paramount Plus. But it's a reality show about tattooing, and the ever beautiful Dave Navarro is one of the hosts. As well as Chris Nunez and Oliver Peck, who are really well-renowned tattoo artists, and every season they have all these different kinds of tattooists, from traditional to portrait and they all have to do these crazy challenges. And I love tattooing. I have several tattoos myself, so it's really interesting watching a kind of the overall format of like the cheesy, reality show that reality shows are, mixed with people that strictly have to actually be good, and they're putting on artwork
permanent
on people's bodies. Permanent. Like it's not. It's not
like
just
a competition show where the outcome is permanent. So
right.
Like, you think of like every time you've seen like Project Runway or like one of those shows where somebody does like a bad job, and it's like just think like, man, that would be awful if you were the person who like got tattooed by like the worst guy on the show.
Right. And there are some terrible tattoos that come on early in the show. Like once it gets down to like the later of the season, like there's great tattoos.
Yeah, how many they start with like 18 or something like that, and it's like if there's like 18 of them, there's gonna be like at least 2 who are fucking awful, because they do those. They're like, well, we have to get 2 guys that really suck.
Right.
And those guys their egos must be so inflated when they get chosen for it, because they're like, yeah, I got chosen, and everyone they know is like, oh my god, they're the guys that suck. Like,
yep, there's some dog shit tattoos that come in there, but it's really interesting and fun, and I know it went up to like I'm going through the seasons. I know it went up to the pandemic, before the pandemic. Like there's a 2020 season, and I don't think they filmed anything since then. I hope they do, because it's a show that will never run out of ideas.
What was the craziest challenge? Curious.
They were in a morgue once. They had to tattoo in a prison on prisoners. That was pretty wild. They had to do convention style, which I didn't actually know that this was a tattooing style, but it's like Comic-Con, and you're at a booth and you have no luxuries. You just have your kit, and you have to do as many tattoos going on as possible. And they're just like, it's like a Comic-Con, like a quick sketch kind of thing. Like you don't want to make it complicated.
Or I'm thinking of on Times Square, those street artists who do the portrait.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so it's like doing a quick $5 portrait, but it's still permanent on somebody's body.
Oh, that's crazy. I can see the appeal, Matteo. That sounds good.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's got, I don't know, 39 1,000 seasons. So like
Yeah,
there's a lot to go
when I used to
through.
have cable, I definitely caught like the first few seasons of that. So
Mateo,
Yeah.
Mateo, what tattoos do you have? Just curious.
I have the only one visible that you can see is it's a arrow, and it's a quote from a poem I really like that says "Turn me into song, sing me awake," by a great tattooist, a great poet, Gregory Orr. I love his poetry. It's an untitled poem, and it's just always kind of spoke to me and means so many different things. And then on my back, I have the Origin of Love split symbol, the two faces almost together. And I also have this arrow as well, but in color with feathers on it. They're Cherokee feathers, because that is one of the things I am. It's a Cherokee.
Okay.
And they have little beads on it, colored beads, for each of my family members. And I'm going to get everything touched up, and I'm going to add beads for different parts. And it's all basically part of, it's going to be an entire shoulder piece.
Okay.
And I'm piecing together. And then I'm going to get another arm tattoo, I don't know, this year or early next year. But I'm one of those people that I adore tattooing, but I will think about my next tattoo for 2 years. Until it's perfect in my mind.
You wanna, because think of, I know so many people who like got tattoos like that, and they have like, I have 15 tattoos that I hate. Like it's like,
yeah. There's I can't remember the name of the exact quote, but it's like, okay, I'm now ink shaming, something like that.
Yeah,
it's a Facebook post group, and it's hilarious. There's such terrible tattoos, and people are posting them like, this is incredible. Isn't my tattoo incredible? And it's the worst thing you've ever seen.
Oh no.
Hours of entertainment.
Oh yeah.
I love it. I love it.
There's really nothing funnier than those posts where it's like misspelled tattoos or like portraits that look just like what were these people thinking? Like,
Matt, Matt, do you have
I
any?
love bad tattoos.
Do you have any, Matt?
I do not know.
Okay.
It's one of those things where I just I'm so like, I don't know. I like I don't know.
I can see you having
I'd probably like, I'm like, it's gonna hurt. I don't want to do it. Like,
fair enough. Yeah, I am also tattooless, but I don't know. I don't think I would ever get one, but if I were, probably maybe Ghostbusters symbol, Batman symbol, something silly. But that's
I would definitely have like comic book stuff.
It is though, like if you all ever get one, like you're like, I'll never get one, well maybe one day I will. You just need to get one. You will not stop at one.
Okay.
It is an addiction. It will feed into you every year, and you're just like, I need more.
All right. Good to know. Good to know. Thank you, Mateo, for that little anecdote. All right, guys.
And that's ink time with Mateo.
Yes, I love it. All right, guys, let's get into the first film review of the evening. We've got, like I mentioned before, Prisoners of the Ghostland, starring Nicolas Cage as a bank robber turned hero who is tasked with finding he's basically the sheriff, he is the governor of this small town whose adopted granddaughter goes missing, and basically forces Nicolas Cage's character to find her. And along the way, it's an insane adventure, a crazy journey into Samurai Town, which is basically a mix of Western and Japanese cultures. And it's violent, it's bizarre. Nicolas Cage has this weird, I think it's leather. It's a weird suit with.
I think at one point the governor is like, I have a thing for leather.
That's it. Okay, so it's a leather suit with these charges in very select places. His throat, his groin, and his forearms basically can be exploded at any moment. And it has a very Escape from New York vibe to it, which I love. And you've got Cage in the center of all this madness. This movie is nuts. I'm still like riding the high of watching. I saw it a few nights ago, and Cage is brilliant in it. I can't think of a better actor in the role. I'm actually look forward to seeing it again because it's that much fun. Sophia Boutella, hope I'm pronouncing that right, plays the adopted granddaughter, and she's wonderful, as is Bill Moseley, who I believe is the governor. And this movie, like I said, it's got influences of Japanese and kind of Western genres colliding. And I think the tone is perfect. It's a fun movie. It's one of Nicolas Cage's better action movies in recent years. We mentioned this before the show. We touched on this, that in the past like 2 years, Nicolas Cage has been giving some really awesome performances. His last one before this was Pig, which we reviewed. Loved Pig. Also, Color Out of Space was about a year or so ago. And before that, we had Mandy. And then before that, we had 30 years worth of crazy Cage.
And you know, not to forget some of the other from the past couple of years that, you know, kind of went under the radar, like Mom and Dad.
Yep.
That movie is batshit crazy.
He is insane. I think he's done like close to like 5 movies a year for the past 3 years or something like that. Something ridiculous.
Probably for the past like 30. He's yeah. I was at Dollar Tree and I just bought a movie of his that I had never even seen before. Yeah, where I'm always like, I always see movies, I'm like, when the hell did he do that movie? And it's always like, oh, he did that the same year as this and this. It's like,
it's crazy.
He does a million movies a year to pay off all of the dinosaur bones and the weird sculptures that he's bought over the years for an absorbent amount of money.
He's nuts. And yeah, I'm thinking, so he's had some financial issues, right, over the past decade.
I know for a while. I don't know if it's still now. I think now he just enjoys doing crazy ass movies. But I know for a while he was like, he had to do movie after movie because he was in debt. But hopefully that's not the case now. But.
Yeah, no, now he's gotten used to working like so hard, and he just enjoys it now. It's not out of necessity, it's just pure passion, and it shows. It's so good.
It's the Humanity Bureau. I don't know what it is.
What? I have never heard of that movie.
Never heard of it.
Who else is in it?
I've heard of it.
It is let's see, Sarah Lind, Hugh Dillon, Jacob Davies. Yeah, I don't know.
All the top of the top.
Yeah. Right?
It's a Blu-ray DVD combo pack for $1.
I think it was a direct to Blu-ray release.
You can't run from your past.
Can't wait to watch. You can.
That's original.
Do with an eye patch right there. You
nice.
Know, I think is that the guy who played the guy with the eye patch on Battlestar Galactica?
Maybe he is an actor who actually has an eye patch, so he just plays eye patch roles.
Yeah,
that's smart.
Or maybe he's the guy with the eye patch from Lost. But anyway, it's the guy with an eye patch. So I can't wait to watch that. So.
But guys, back to the film at hand here, Prisoners of the Ghostland. Mateo, what was your take on this one?
So I love Nicolas Cage. I will forever love Nicolas Cage. Everything from I was thinking about Bringing Out the Dead the other day, and I love that movie.
So good.
And how it's so criminally underrated. I think I
got to see that in the theater when it came out.
Me too.
I loved it.
Just the cinematography, the direction.
Him and Goodman.
Cage. Yep. So and good.
Sizemore.
Yeah. And then my all-time Cage film, Raising Arizona, which is just a damn classic. I can watch that once a month for the rest of my life. So I love him. And even in movies like possibly the Bureau movie you just bought, if it's dog shit, I don't care. The Humanity Bureau, the sequel to Matt Damon and Emily Blunt's Bureau movie. But so I'll always watch him. I'll see it. He's not one of those actors where if he made 7 bad movies in a row, I'd be like, I'm done with Cage. I will still go back.
Oh yeah,
he's fantastic.
He's done enough genuine gold.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's like when he's on, like there's literally nothing better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, if you let Cage be Cage, there is. I've found a couple just cameos on that he's done for other films that they're like will you just be Cage? And they're so bizarre and weird, and he's wonderful.
Yeah.
So this movie is definitely Cage unbridled. It is Cage being insane. And I first saw it at Sundance this past January. And it's Sion Sono's English debut movie. He's a great filmmaker. It is visually stunning. It's like Mad Max threw up on Tokyo Disneyland. And Tim Burton had a good day and decided to help out. That being said, I don't know if I'm as excited about it as you are, Randy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's good in this. He's not bad. Right. I don't know if he's good. And I definitely can say that the script makes very little sense.
Yeah.
It is fun.
Right.
It is fun in an unbridled, balls to the walls, off the rail film. I've seen it twice now, and I still have a lot of questions.
Okay.
But
fair.
But it is definitely going to be a midnight movie cult classic. It is. I would say I would 100% recommend it to people who just love Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
I don't think I would recommend it to the average moviegoer. I do not think they will like it in any way. Well, and I am on the fence even on it because Nicolas Cage yelling testicles should just win me over.
Testicles!
But there are so many dream sequence after dream sequence after dream sequence to side, like the side little missions that he goes on that really doesn't amount to anything. To just a lot of questionable acting by other people around him.
Yeah.
That I don't know if I can fully endorse it. That being said, it is incredibly unique, and you will absolutely not see a movie like it again. Probably.
This is a lot of fun, and this is, like you said, a definite midnight viewing. I'm thinking in the future we do a commentary for this one, just like a nice.
I would absolutely, even on that, I would absolutely do a commentary on this movie because I feel like the more times, even if I don't end up being able to recommend it fully, I still think there's so much to say and so much to comment on with this film.
And it's a really fresh take on the Western genre, and I'm really happy that in the direction that they went. I guess I'll agree with you, Matteo, that it was lacking in some respect. Something was missing. That wow factor wasn't really there. I was just happy to go along for the ride and see where it was going to take me, because like we, all feel.
Well, sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need that from a Cage movie. You need
and that's what you expect.
Honestly, Mandy is the same way. Like, Mandy is not a great movie.
No.
But it's the same kind of movie. Like,
that's actually a pretty apt comparison, because I felt that way about Mandy too.
It's like I really enjoyed the fuck out of it. Is it a good movie? Not really.
I'll be honest with you. The only scene in Mandy that really sticks out is the bathroom scene where he goes totally insane. I think it's the craziest I've ever seen Cage ever.
That's a great scene. I mean, but yeah, it's like one of those things I really like. It's like, I mean, it's a fun ass movie, and it's, it's good to watch with a bunch of people and like, excited, crowd or whatever. But like overall, it's like, it's not one of the ones I'm going to rewatch all the time.
But it's more appealing to me. It's more enjoyable rather than Mandy and Color Out of Space, actually, for me personally.
I think Colors Out of Space. Colors Out of Space? Colors? Am I saying
Color Out of Space.
Color Out of Space.
Yeah.
I think that is, even though I don't think it fully worked, I think it's much more interesting.
Yeah.
And I think that the biggest thing I think missing for me for Prisoners of the Ghostland is the script, period.
Yeah.
I think Cage going crazy is fine. I do think some of the side character actors could be a lot better, but they're not always great in action movies, so I could even put that to the side.
But
the visuals and the directing, it's all great. is just a bad script, and it doesn't make sense. And I think honestly, if it would have been, and it doesn't have to be an Oscar-winning script, even if it was a script that's just like fun, like The Rock or Con Air, where it's cheesy but it makes sense, you can follow it. I think this movie would have knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
No.
I like that. You know, I like getting a chance to see Bill Moseley not in a Rob Zombie movie, because I
like not seeing a Rob Zombie movie. So
exactly, I love not seeing a Rob Zombie movie, and I really like Bill Moseley.
Right.
I mean, besides like him just being like he's just like a likable guy. He's also a very nice human being in person. But he, you know, I feel like in this movie he's like, all right, well, I'm in a movie with Nick Cage. I gotta act real weird. And it's like, yeah, I mean, he kind of normally acts weird because he's in a lot of bad horror movies. But like, this is like a different kind of weird for him. Yeah. And it definitely reminded me of like, kind of like how like every 2 or 3 seasons of Walking Dead, they stumble upon like these new like villains, and there's always one that acts like real weird like that. And that's like kind of like what he is. Like, I'm the real weird guy who leads this bunch of idiots. Like, and it was
I'm curious, guy. I didn't see in I looked up, you know, I did obviously did some research on the film, but I couldn't find anything. Was this? It feels like it was based on a graphic novel. Am I mistaken here, or was this a totally original screenplay?
I believe it. Yeah, it was based off of a graphic novel.
It was.
It's a what? I do. I mean, it feels.
It definitely
like
feels
a graphic novel.
Yeah, for sure.
That the wrong person translated, so the script isn't.
Yeah, right.
Lost in translation. Gotcha.
Right.
Well, I just want to finish this segment out. So, gentlemen, top 2 favorite Cage movies of all time. Mateo.
Ooh, top 2.
I think I just mentioned them. Raising Arizona by far, and probably. God, there's so many.
I know.
Number 2.
There really are.
Mean,
I'm sorry. I know that's a daunting that task.
I mean, 100% Raising Arizona for me.
Okay.
I mean, I wanna almost put in Leaving Las Vegas, but it's just so damn depressing.
It is.
But he's so good in it. It's such a great character piece.
Only Oscar. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But bringing out the Moonstruck. Oh my God! I just thought of Moonstruck. Oh my God! Probably Moonstruck. Moonstruck would be.
You took my hand.
Yeah.
Hand.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Matt, what do you got?
It's a tough call, because I mean, there's like so many faces of Cage.
I know.
Because it's like, I mean, like.
Yeah. We may have to do another episode, like an entire hour dedicated to. We wouldn't even scratch the surface if we did an hour.
The 2 he mentioned are obviously like they're two of my favorites as well.
And they came out the same year, 87.
So just for the sake of difference, I'm gonna say Wild at Heart.
Great movie.
And you know what? I'm gonna go with Vampire's Kiss.
Ooh.
Because that gave us, you know, our first real taste of completely batshit crazy Cage.
Literally, he was a bat. Almost.
And yeah, exactly. I'm a vampire. I'm a vampire.
Yes.
I mean, there are so many things about that movie. I mean, what I love the most about that movie is that it came out in a time when like people just did not get like black comedies, like dark comedy. They just weren't expecting it. It's like such a popular genre in the past 20 years. Like almost every comedy that comes out is a dark comedy. Yeah. But like when that came out, people were like confused as to whether or not it was a comedy or not. Like, was that it's like a guy in plastic vampire teeth just killed somebody. Like, he bit somebody with plastic vampire teeth.
He flipped over his couch to make it into a coffin. That
that's right.
What the hell?
But people in like 1989 were not ready for that. They were like,
they weren't ready for Cage. I mean, he was still young too.
I mean, he's done so many.
There's so many,
like from adaptation. Like, I mean, like just like
I know.
Con Air, the National Treasure movies.
Like
Face
I
Off.
said,
I mean, come on.
We may have to table this for the time being, but I'll tell you, I mentioned The Rock as my all-time favorite. Cheesy, ridiculous Michael Bay. And then there's a bunch of movies from 1994 actually that are great too. Trapped in Paradise, which I absolutely love, the Christmas comedy. It's so him, good. John Lovitz, and Dana Carvey as criminal brothers.
So good.
Yeah, this is such a fun movie. The same year, he also did Guarding Tess, which is amazing. And same year, It Could Happen to You. So, wonderful romantic comedy with him and Bridget Fonda, set in New York.
That's a great movie. That's a very sweet.
I just picked that one up at Rite Aid.
I love how you're in all these like drugstores. These
that's where I do all my fucking DVD shopping.
Yeah, perfect.
Like it's cool. Like all these movies I love and they're all cheap. So
perfect. Build that collection.
I bought today at the thrift store.
What?
Triple feature of Father's Day.
Yes, love Father's
My Giant and Forget Paris, all on one DVD.
How much?
$2.99.
How much?
$2.99.
Oh my God!
And how do any of those movies fit together?
Well, they're all Billy Crystal in them.
They're all Billy.
That's it.
I'll tell you,
but
they're not even the same genre.
No.
I love Father's Day. That's like one of my all-time favorite comedies.
I'm guessing they're probably the same production company, but
I think they're all Castle Rock, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Otherwise, they wouldn't be on the same DVD together.
There you go. All right, guys. Well, we're going to continue this Nick Cage conversation because he's probably has a movie coming out next week. So,
oh yeah, he does. Actually.
He probably has one coming out right now.
Right now, as we're speaking. I love it. All right. So we're just going to take a short commercial break, but we'll be back with more movie reviews right after this.
Under the Radar is brought to you by Magnitude Jewelry. Add a 2 to match your attitude. Patent pending interchange genuine gemstone and crystal EMF protection jewelry. For more information, please visit magnitudejewelry.com/gemgirl or call 718-268-6634.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Randy Younger, Under the Radar, and that was amazing. Anytime I get to talk about Cage, that's a good day. So I want to thank you, gentlemen, for that. That was amazing. All right, guys. So we still have 2 more film reviews to get through. This one, it's an independent dramedy. It's called Hudson, and it focuses on sort of a simple guy. He lives kind of as a recluse in the sort of a rural area, and basically he wants to scatter his mother's ashes in the Hudson Valley. He meets his long lost cousin along the way, and they go on a nice little road trip. They pick up a hitchhiker who is actually a very quirky young lady. And the 3 of these characters pretty much strike a romance, not a romance, a friendship. Sorry,
it's not that kind of movie.
Yeah.
I wish it was.
I know, right? But we go along for the ride. I enjoyed this film. It's not a great film by any means, but the performances are pretty strong. The jokes are pretty good. The screenplay is decent. You feel for these characters, you know, they feel real, at least to me anyway. And you know, I've reviewed a bunch of dramedies in the past, independent dramedies, and they're usually not that great. But I'd say Hudson is a notch above that. It's pretty good. It's a good viewing, and like I said, the performances are strong, and they carry the film well. Matt Roran, what did you think of Hudson?
It was a fine movie. It's one of those things that I think of when I see a movie like this. I think of I call them Randy movies because they're the kind of movie that like I usually only see when I'm reviewing stuff with you, where it's like it's a good movie. You know, it's not a bad movie. It's just kind of like you know, like it's just like a decent run of the mill like story.
Right in the middle, right?
Yeah, where it's just like total middle ground, and I feel like you know, it's you know, I feel like that movie with Greg Kinnear, we reviewed Phil. I felt the same way about that, and like you know, what was that movie with the bowling alley guy? I don't know, like.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They're all kind of the same premise.
Yeah, like all those movies where it's just like it's
finding
like
themselves.
This is like it's cute and like you know like there's good chemistry between the actors and you know like I bet this was fun to work on. Like it's like will I watch it again? No, because I've already forgotten about it. So I mean yeah, I mean it was a fine movie. It was fine.
And you know what? I want to praise David Neil Levin, who plays Hudson. He had a very sort of like a Zach Galifianakis vibe to
Definitely.
it, you know,
he's like a shaven Galifianakis.
yeah, and he still has a mustache.
Yeah.
And Gregory Lay was okay as the cousin. You know, they could have picked any. At first, I thought it was Chris. Who's the Captain America guy?
Chris Evans.
I thought it was Chris Evans for a while, but then I'm like, no, that's not him.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I can see that. And Richard Majure's in it, at least, you know.
Yeah. Oh,
man, Richard.
Richard, he's in this movie for like a total of like 3 minutes, and I feel like he's been in at least like 6 movies we reviewed, where like he's in like the tiniest role, and you're just like, oh, he's in that movie too. Yeah, he needs a starring role as like an aging.
And I just rewatched the original One Day at a Time. I watched the entire series, and I had watched it when I grew up, but I missed the first couple seasons because you know back then it was you know you saw it when it was on TV and like whatever. So I saw it in syndication. I didn't realize that he was like a main character for the first like 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh man, like.
Interesting. Yeah, I loved him in The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing is great, and he's been around a while, so he's done.
In it, the made for TV movie.
Yeah. And
the sad guy, the one who kills himself.
Yeah. Mateo, what did you think of Hudson? I'm curious.
I actually thought it was great. I would reckon to say I might have even loved it. Yeah. There's something that I miss from the plethora of 90s to early 2000s indie comedies, dramedies that aren't made anymore. The Richard Linklater, the Garden State movies, this kind of finding yourself, but they don't over pepper the script with dialogue or zaniness. They let the characters just exist in the scenarios, and to be honest, not a lot happens in Hudson, and that's what I really like about it. I like that it's really just these moments to moments. It's no life or death situations. They're just existing, even though you know Gregory's character Ryan, he's down on his luck, as you find out in a way. It's still not life or death, you know. It's just them kind of existing and figuring out who they are. I really appreciated David Neil Levin's character, and that he didn't play into a character or a stereotype of mental illness. because there is something going on with Hudson.
Yeah.
But he plays him as just a human being. There's no, it's just a guy who's existing with what he's got, and he's doing the best he can. And I really appreciated that. I actually really liked Gregory Lay. I didn't know how I felt about him at first. I thought he was kind of a B grade Bradley Cooper. But he really charmed me. I think his comic timing was great. I think his relationship with David was great. And Mary Catherine Greenawalt played Sunrise, the third of the trio.
Yeah.
I thought she was really, really lovely, and
I mean, their chemistry was so good, though.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it was just a great chemistry. You just I wanted to. I'm glad it was the exact length it was, but I also wanted to see more. I didn't want them to film more, but just I left feeling like I could have lived in that world for a while longer.
It's a very and that world is very authentic, I'd say.
Yeah,
it feels like real life. I mean, not a lot happens, you know, and the jokes, you know, they're okay. They're not, they don't, you know, hit you over the head with it. They're funny.
They don't hit you over the head, but I have to admit, I laughed out loud a couple parts because there's a few jokes in there that are just very unexpected, and they just kind of slide in, or just a weirdness of Hudson trying to cross a river and just the way he's doing it. Or Richard Mazur, even, like, he's only in it 3 minutes, as you said, but even his character, it's great because he's not a horrible human being, but he's kind of a dick. Yeah. And they don't really solve that. And I like that. I like the realness of that. It's just like these characters are just sort of existing in this bubble. You don't have to wrap everything in a bow. They just, you sort of are with them in the period of their life, and then you go on.
Yeah, there's no real resolution, really. I mean, they just
right, and I think that's purposeful, and I like that.
I love that. Yeah. It reminds me of the Nissan commercials from the '90s. Life is a journey. Enjoy the ride. But Hudson, I say see it. It's a wonderful little dramedy. Matt, would you recommend this?
I say see it. It's a cute little film. I mean, but I definitely see what you're saying about like the '90s indie directors. You know, it's like it definitely has that feel. You know, like prior to Kevin Smith sucking, and you know, like prior to Bad News Bears or whatever Linklater went on to do. But it's definitely a form of filmmaking that he only did Bad News Bears so he could do Boyhood. But that was like, oh, you want to do a movie that takes 12 years? Here's a script. Like, I was like, okay. But I mean, it is a nice feel that you don't get from a lot of films anymore. And it's nice to go back to that time, the simplicity of it, because I mean, that's what was so powerful about those movies in the first place, was that it was like a reset button for everything that was going on. And I think we're in dire need of that again.
Yeah, for sure. Matteo, you said you loved it, so I think you'd recommend this to people, right?
2 thumbs up.
Nice. Awesome. Okay, so Hudson is now available on Amazon, Apple TV, and on demand. And also, I meant to mention this about Prisoners of the Ghostland. That is now out in theaters and also on video on demand. So check out those 2 films. Great movies. All right, guys. So we have one more film review, and this is an interesting one. It's actually a re-release. It's called The Congress. It was originally released in 2013, but part of it's a centennial, the Stanislaw Lem Centennial, who is a Polish sci-fi author, and basically they are re-releasing a bunch of films that adapt his famous works. The Congress is a very interesting film. It's basically written and directed by Ari Folman, and it focuses on a fictionalized version of the actress Robin Wright, who we know from Princess Bride, Forrest Gump, among many other movies. And basically, this film studio wants to basically create an avatar, a digital version of her, so she could basically live forever. And the studio will basically own her quote unquote soul. And this is a strange movie. It's live action, animation, hybrid, and the sci-fi element is very strong here as we go on Robin Wright's journey into this weird world. And yeah, I mean, it had a very cool world, Who Framed Roger Rabbit vibe to it. And I think Robin Wright was the perfect actress for this. It just felt right. This is a wonderful satire on Hollywood, on the movie making business. And we also have Paul Giamatti, John Hamm, Danny Houston, who's awesome as the studio exec. Harvey Keitel's in it for a bit. And like I said, written and directed by Ari Folman. The Congress, I saw it when it first came out, in 2013. It went a little bit over my head then. It still kind of is now, but I enjoy it as well. So, guys, what did you think of this mind? It's a mind F. Matt, what did you think of the Congress?
I enjoyed it. I didn't rewatch it. I saw it when it came out, and I liked it enough that I bought it on Blu-ray. It is one I haven't watched it as much as I thought I would. I think I watched it maybe twice after I bought it. I think it's just like the animation is beautiful. I actually, because I like this movie so much, I bought the DVD of Waltz for Bashir, the filmmaker's one of his other films,
right.
Which is also, beautifully animated.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a nice. I'm saying nice. I'm like nice. It's nice. It's nice. I'm saying nice today a lot. I don't know why, but it's an enjoyable film. It's definitely like in that weird ballpark of weirdness that I like. I enjoy movies that are just like and I'll watch anything. I mean, Robin Wright's always good, and John Hamm I absolutely loved, and as you had mentioned, Danny Houston.
Yes.
Giamatti's ridiculous in this movie. I mean, he is basically standardly ridiculous now. But it was enjoyable, and I definitely enjoyed it. And then I was at Dollar Tree today, and I re-picked up the DVD of The Congress for $1.
Wait, don't you have the Blu-ray?
I do, but this will go Pickle Island.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
By the Congress.
That's great.
Or a Dollar Tree if you find another Congress.
Dollar Tree, if you're listening, we need sponsors. So
yeah.
Matteo, what was your take on the Congress?
I really liked it. It's a movie that I missed out on. I hadn't seen it until now, so I'm glad for the re-release. And as an actor, it spoken in a lot of very strong, powerful ways to me. There's always been, for the last 20 years, maybe even longer, the talk about and the fear of digitizing an actor and creating them so the actor won't own their own self anymore, or their likeness, or movies will all be animated, but they'll be so real that won't need actors. Yeah. So this film really delves into a bit of that, and it goes a bit of a Cool World meets Twilight Zone vibe on it, and I think it's really smart. I think it's probably, for coming out for 2013, I think it's probably before its time. Yeah. I think this could have come out right now and fit perfectly into the world we're living in right now.
Yeah.
There's a feeling of loneliness in this movie that I think really works for Robin Wright's character journey.
Mhm.
And she's great. I mean, Robin Wright's been doing incredible work for years. She's in an incredible movie this year called Land.
Oh yeah.
That she's dynamic in.
Yeah.
You know, and then she does great popcorn work and Justice League and Wonder Woman. And like she's just all around a really, really great actor.
House of Cards, she's phenomenal. And
House of Cards.
yeah.
And so I was really happy to see her. And the plethora of great actors around her. Like, not that Prisoners of the Ghostland is anywhere comparable, but that's what's missing when you have a great lead is she's surrounded by greatness. Yeah. And they're being weird as hell. Like they're being strange and out there, but they're just solid. I mean, Giamatti and the voice of John Hamm and Danny Houston. It's really great. Harvey Keitel, you know, I mean, Michael Stahl David, like everyone is really good in this.
And I'll tell you, Robin Wright I think almost all of her performances, she's so committed, so genuine.
She's such a grounded actress. Like,
yeah, you feel like that's actually happening to her. And I think my favorite scene in the Congress is when they're actually digitizing her in that orb, that sphere, and they're asking her to, you know, feel sad now, feel happy, feel a mixture of both, and she does it so perfectly. And that's probably my favorite scene. Well,
that's heartbreaking. You're absolutely right. That is heartbreaking. And you see her because they're like, and now basically feel nothing.
Yeah.
And that's how she feels. That's what she's going through. And
this movie, yeah. I'm sorry.
No. I'm just agreeing. And
yeah. I mean, no, themes of loneliness for sure. Also, of, you know, having a soul and what can happen, or is there a soul, or will it be owned by a huge corporation one day, and then you'll just be, you know, on a flash drive or something.
Yeah,
it's kind of trippy, and I think it handles. It's one of the better science fiction films that just so happens to be animated as well. It's a great hybrid, and I think Ari Folman did a wonderful job.
Yeah, and being in Hollywood, you know, circling around Hollywood, I mean, that is what Hollywood was to begin with. They owned the actors, they owned your career, they owned your likeness. You know, in the golden age of Hollywood, you didn't get to pick movies. They gave you things, and if they gave you shit, you did shit. And if you complained about it, you were blacklisted. Right. So, like, to kind of return to that after people fought the studio system, and to be like, well, maybe that's going to happen again, is terrifying. Yeah. So I think that even the concept of this, and also knowing that Robin Wright also fought the studio system. She fought to not make stupid movies that she didn't want to do. Like there's a lot of her own story in this too, even though it is fictionalized.
True. Yeah, no, this film is a great satire on the Hollywood machine, and it's a shame that I don't think this movie got a lot of attention. Hopefully this re-release on Mubi, the streaming platform it's on, will get more attention this time around. Yeah. You know, I don't even think, I think Robin Wright should have been nominated for an Oscar. I think she was that good.
Yeah. I mean, it was, and like, it's just, it's insane that, you know, that this came out so long ago. Most people have not heard of it.
Yeah.
It's like, because it is such like a relevant thing, like, and it only gets more relevant with time. I mean, when you think of it, I mean, it happened to Tony the Tiger. You know, the guy who did the voice of Tony the Tiger, after doing it for like it was like 40 years or something, they were just like, one day we're like, you know what? We realized we don't need you anymore. We have your voice. And
oh God,
we already have you saying they're great for like different ways. Goodbye. And it's like
it is very scary.
I'm like, oh, you're like, well, we've got your full run of emotion, so we don't need you anymore.
Well, you know what? Let me. I just pulled this off online. Ari Folman followed the Oscar-nominated Waltz with Bashir with this vivid take on Stanislaw Lem's novella, The Futurological Congress. reconfiguring Lem's tale of an illusory utopia into a biting Hollywood satire. Fulman blends live action with hallucinatory animation for a unique sci-fi head trip. So yeah, I totally agree with that. I think that sums it up. But it is a shame. Hopefully this movie will get better with age. It'll get more attention with age. At least the three of us are talking about it now, so that's something. Yeah. But I say, the Congress, check it out. It's a sci-fi animated live action hybrid that's worth enjoying.
I think Matt, it's on Hulu right now, actually, too.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I think so.
Okay, and I think it's unanimous. We all are.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. All right, cool. So that is the Congress, currently streaming on Mubi, which is a global streaming service, production company, and film distributor, a place to discover and watch beautiful, interesting, incredible films. So that's Mubi, M-U-B-I. All right, guys, so we have a few minutes left, not much, but I just want to go over coming attractions this week. The Sopranos prelude to the show, The Many Saints of Newark.
Please be good. Please be good. Please be good.
We shall.
David Chase just did WTF today, so it's I just want it to be good. I mean, I just recently did my rewatch, another rewatch of Sopranos, and it's absolutely one of the best TV shows.
Yeah.
And I just
I gotta get into it myself. But yeah. Okay, next up, Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
Oh, God.
Again, hope this is a good one. I don't know. It could go.
I don't even care if it's a good one. I'm excited that Andy Serkis took over the reins. I think it could be just like another just crazy, and it doesn't need to be great.
It was nice. I watched an interview with him just like talking about it, and I'm like, it kind of got me excited because I absolutely hated the first one, and I'm still very about just Venom, the character. The trailer even makes me mad when he's like, we should be out there eating bad guys, snacking on bad guys. And it's so hokey, and obviously the character's hokey to begin with, but I feel like they just took a big dump on an already dumpable character. But anyway, I digress. I will see it the Thursday it comes out because it is a Marvel film. It may not be MCU, and I know it's not going to be anywhere near as good as one of those, but nonetheless, I have to see it opening night because I'm an insane person.
And you know what? We've got Michelle Williams and Woody Harrelson in the cast, so that can't hurt.
I love Woody. Yeah. And I think he's crazy enough to play the character. So, it'll be a definite return to Natural Born Killers.
True, in a different way, but you're right. Mateo, I know you're a busy man. What do you have going on?
Well, I plug in my website again, the Artswire Weekly.com is where I review films and television and theater and whatnot. So please check us out there. Follow us on Instagram as well, the Gram. I am working on, I think I said this last time I was here, but I'm working on a show called Crawl Space Blog. It's a play going up at the Tank in October 15th, I want to say. If I'm wrong, thetank.org will tell you differently. About a woman renting out her apartment to people and then watching them like a creeper, and then writing everything about it on an anonymous blog. So it's nice and creepy and strange, and I think it's going to be real good.
Sounds like Psycho for the social media age.
Yeah, it's Rebecca Kane's a great playwright that I've worked with before, and she wrote a great script, and I'm excited to see it. We haven't actually had an in-person rehearsal yet. It's all been Zoom, so I'm getting excited to kind of delve into it and get weird.
I love it. Get weird with Mateo. Mr. Roarin, Pickle Man, what's going on?
Just working at the Pickle Island in Mayville. You get the pickles, you get the movies, you get the music, you got the comics, you got me. I'm there, and you can poke me, see that I'm real, not just a guy in a box. You can come over and just poke me.
Although in Pickle Island, he is in a box as well. You can just poke through the box.
I am.
Yeah, he's in a big pickle jar.
A rectangular building that is very small, and it's pretty much the same. But it's like a cage you can walk into, and sometimes people just come in and they go, "Do you sell pickles? Do you really sell pickles?" And I go, "Yes," and then they leave, and that confuses me. So, but you can do that. You can come in, go, "Do you really sell pickles?" and then just leave.
That's it.
But I'm there, Pickle Island, Mayville, New York.
There it is. Oh, I'm gonna go one of these days. I'm gonna
one of these days. Andy, one of these days.
I know. I always say that, but it'll happen eventually.
It's October 17th for my play. Crawl Space blog, October 17th. Check it out. Sorry, I gave you the wrong day. You won't see us on the 15th. We'll be in rehearsal.
But the eventual show, it'll be in person.
October 17th. Yeah, that's when you can check it out.
Okay.
In-person show. You must be vaccinated.
And you must be in person.
And you must be in person. And you must wear a mask. And you must enjoy the show.
I just pictured a bunch of like segues with like a TV screen coming in as robotic people. I don't know.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. We need a budget. Maybe Dollar Tree can get on our budget too.
Nicely done, sir. Nicely done. All right, guys. So yeah, I just want to thank everyone watching at home and on your devices. Under the Radar is new every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern on Manhattan Neighborhood Network, and also on that is the Lifestyle channel on MNN. Also on cable TV, FiOS 34, RCN 83, and Spectrum 56 and 1996 cable TV channels there. Mr. Rohr and Mr. Moreno, thank you so much for tonight. This was a great show as always, and you guys are always invited, you know that. And we will definitely discuss more Nicolas Cage stuff in the coming weeks. But yeah, until then, thanks for watching. And I'm Randy.
Testicles!
See you next time. I'm Randy Young. This is Under the Radar. Take care, guys.